Reset my modem, updated OBS. Hopefully that fixed it. Hopefully we're good now, guys. That's about as far as my technical troubleshooting knowledge goes on this topic. Sorry about that, everybody. Let us see. Not dropping any frames, so that's good. Sorry about that, everybody. Whoa, hey. Delthius streaming again, yay! What's up, guys? Sorry about the delay. I am back. If you're just joining us, we got betting, we got WOOFCOINs. Type in !WOOFCOINs. See how many coins you got. Let's see. Okay, so next contest here will be. Set this up real quick. Okay. Am I still not dropping frames? I'm not dropping frames, you guys. Just dropping plates. Okay, so boom. Boom, boom. Match number 2. Illuminatus versus Mishi. We got the bet going. We got the stream going. We don't got the lag going. Let's hop into it, guys. Match number 2. Okay, spawning on the bottom, we've got Mishi. And his opponent up top, Illuminatus. Okay, let me make sure everything is still good on my end. Dude, why am I dropping frames? I don't know what to do. Let's keep an eye on it. Let me know how bad it is. It says my kilobytes per second is good. Like, I'm at 2.7 megs. Sorry, it's hard for me to even pay attention because I'm trying to monitor my stream health, man. So Mishi run the barbed wire woof this game in a lot of tier 2, and Illuminatus kind of running the triad of tier 1 and a couple tier 2 to boot with some mines. So nothing crazy so far in the early game. I'm gonna have to see. I'd imagine both players are gonna go up to 8 farm, maybe 2 tier 1 Warrens, or even throw down a faster tier 2 than that. We'll just have to see how the guys want to take the game. Okay, so it looks like my frame, I dropped a couple frames, but now it's not too bad. I'm kind of keeping more of an eye on my OBS than I am on the chat at this moment. Okay, so yeah, Mishi running for the fast skunks here, which is hard to punish. Like, high-level players have been starting to figure out lately with the openers that you can get away with a fast tier 2 9 times out of 10, but I think Illuminatus' opening here might be able to get something done. If he moves across the map with 3 to 4 lizards before that skunk is out, he might be able to do something like pick off a farm and try to punish this opening here from Mishi, but he needs to be careful not to lose too many tier 1 in the process. Yeah, so Onyx in the chat tried to bet late. So you only get 1 minute to bet. It's really, really fast bets. Because ideally I want to, you know, throw down the contest and go straight into the game. So very, very fast betting period. But here we go. Illuminatus is moving out with these fast lizards, as I was talking about, trying to punish this opening here from Mishi. But with some nice micro there from Mishi and a little bit unfavorable terrain and the barbed wire, Mishi holds off phenomenally. This barbed wire pick is really complementing this fast tier 2 style. I like it a lot. Can kind of cover a large surface area in clutch defense for a small amount of investment. I think that was a very big deal there, but also I would argue that this water coming in really hurt Illuminatus' attack as well. And then of course a player like Mishi with top-notch micro, you know, maybe a lesser player would have lost a skunk there. Okay, so I think I've stabilized. I don't think I'm lagging anymore. I'm trying to monitor the chat, as I said, but I'm really keeping my eye more on OBS at the moment. I apologize, my casting is very distracted here. But Illuminatus is going to go up to some ferrets and toads, which this can be a decent way to try to take on the squirrel skunk composition. You know, some good ferret harassment. Ferret can kind of counter the skunk poke. You know, when the skunk moves in to poke, the ferret can push them back, push them away, keep that buffer zone. But you know, I mean, 9 times out of 10, the skunk is better in a direct engagement. So we'll have to see how much poke damage Illuminatus can get. And also, these 6 toads here is a very big deal. If he, you know, the engagements these toads make could very well determine the outcome of this battle. You know, if these toads knock out just too many squirrels, or if they happen to just bop a skunk or two very, very quickly, that could be fantastic here for Illuminatus. Okay, who's the favorite? Who's the favorite here? Oh, it's pretty close, pretty close. A few more people betting Mishi than Illuminatus. Fair enough. You never know, man. Man, I barely even lost viewership after that 5 to 10 minute internet fix-a-roni break. I really appreciate it, guys. You guys are the real MVPs, man. Okay, okay. I like this army composition from Illuminatus, but these chameleons here are going to make it a little bit harder. A lot of the toads actually go off on the chameleon, which was a little bit of overkill there as far as Illuminatus is concerned. You know, 6 toads going out, basically just knocking out 1 chameleon. And Mishi just kind of dominates the rest of this army. The chameleons definitely add a lot of value against that large number of lizards. And now Mishi's on the offensive here. He wants to punish Illuminatus for the unfavorable engagement that he just took, but Mishi losing his falcons here, losing his skunk, that's a big deal for sure, and it puts Illuminatus a little bit back into this game. And keep in mind that Illuminatus does have a campfire. Okay, so does Mishi. I wasn't sure if that was a gristmill or a campfire from the minimap, but I guess if it was a gristmill, couldn't possibly be a gristmill, right guys? Because there's too much water around it. Listen, I know what I'm talking about when it comes to this game. Oh, man. Okay, okay. So I think Illuminatus still has a chance here, but I don't know if this army composition is going to continue to work. Being very, very lizard heavy, you know, he just really needs to get the right connections with these toads here. And if possible, he even needs to get some pre-fight damage done with these ferrets. You know, even just knocking out 2 or 3 squirrels, you know, as we see there, just grabbing one. It can make a very big difference, kind of bleed Mishi out a little bit before the fight starts. You know, it could be very huge. The counter skunk harassment's coming in, gets a lot of damage done, but the units get out of there in time. No real kills there. Volume is kind of loud. Thank you. Turn that down just a hair. Okay. Turn me up a little bit. Is that better? Let me know, guys. All right, big engagement coming down here. Toad's getting a lot of nice connections on tier 2, but it's not going to be enough. As Mishi is pushing his way through. Losing a lot of squirrels there, but he still has this big, heavy core army composition together. Getting that campfire is a very big deal in these economies. In this economy. Why have I not made that joke before? Like, he's getting a fox in this economy? It's a good one, man. I gotta throw that one in from time to time. Pardon me. Alright, Illuminatus seeing if he can find another entry point over to harass Mishi with. And yeah, he can come kind of around to the side here, but that's a long ways to go. Mishi gonna kind of sniff this out as he'd been maybe thinking about expanding there regardless. And, you know, now that I'm looking at the map, it might be difficult here for Mishi to take a second base. If Illuminatus you know, really keeps the pressure on this high ground here, that could be good. You know, Mishi is still on a very, very low economy. So is Illuminatus, but he's got his second base up and running. He's starting to throw some farms down. This campfire here is almost burnt out for Mishi. What's up, Swifty? What's up, Kerpa? Dingo Dancing, good to see everybody. Protocam, always a pleasure. Throw down some WOOFCOINs, man. I wish I had a way. I might look into it. I wonder if there's a way to keep track of, like, who the #1 bettor is. You know what I mean? Have, like, a leaderboard for who's right the highest percentage. Alright, nice little ferret poke and prod coming in from Illuminatus. Getting that campfire is not going to be a big deal, though, as it has already burnt out. And now Illuminatus has stepped a bit too far forward, and he's stuck with his army. Mishi going for the kill here. With these ferrets going down, I really don't see how Illuminatus is going to come back into this. That's exactly what Mishi needed. Illuminatus, a little bit of a misplay there. You know, he tried to get in there and seal the deal. But he just didn't have enough. That really helped out Mishi in this game because Illuminatus was kinda ahead, right? Like, he had the second base going. I mean, Mishi has been taking better trades, so his army was better. But I feel like Illuminatus was still in it. Now I think it's definitely curtains for him as Mishi is moving in to deliver that knockout blow to his opponents here. Nice micro on those chameleons, keeping them alive at the last second. Trying to do the same thing with the skunks. One of them might go down here. It's getting very low, 1 HP. It does fall. Mishi's going to back out for now. Probably just let his chameleons heal up pretty quickly, as chameleons do regenerate very fast nowadays. And then keep the pressure on. Mishi also was able to establish a nice healthy economy behind this. And yeah, I mean, I don't mean to be anticlimactic, but I really think Mishi's just kind of got it from here, as long as he doesn't make any critical mistakes. Illuminatus is really trying to figure out some way to stay in it, but with this map being so short, and against a strong player like Mishi who knows to keep the pressure on, you know, you might be in a situation like this in Illuminatus' shoes where your opponent kind of backs off for a couple minutes and tries to get a tier 3 or something, and that could give you the breathing room to maybe put together a favorable composition, you know, trade up, that kind of thing. But Mishi's just going to keep the pressure on here and really just focus on, you know, not necessarily going for the killing blow, but poking and prodding as efficiently as possible and just making that gap larger in this match. I like this little lizard run around, but 2 lizards is not going to be enough here. Mishi is kind of just in position for it anyways. Yeah, you can bet on your own games, man. There's no rule against that. A virtuous nerd would hold back, however. Alright, Illuminatus gonna try to poke in. He gets a Warren. I love this kind of stuff. He's actually gonna get out scot-free. That's exactly what Illuminatus needed. It's not going to be enough to bridge the gap, but it's a nice ladder that he's starting to build, you know. He's laying the foundations of a comeback here. If he can kind of keep that up, you know, just poke out a skunk or you know, knock out a farm with a little bit of lizard run by. He's going up to 6 lizards, which will give him that capability. You know, 6 lizards coming around with a counter attack could easily knock out a couple pigs and get out of there before the opponent responds if they're not in position. Nice micro again from Mishi. Very impressive keeping these chameleons alive all game long. Kind of misrallies a little bit unless that's the injured chameleon, but it is getting healed, so there you go. Mishi gonna keep the pressure on from here. Yeah, Illuminatus realizes that's too much. I'd imagine he's gonna tap out momentarily. Mishi takes the game. Boom. Pick winner, Mishi. Doof. Okay. Back to contests. More replays. Okay, who is next? Okay, betting is about to open for Lucas versus Massive Stealth in 3, 2, 1. Boom. Place them bets. You got 1 minute. Okay, let's get into it, guys. Match number 3. Spotting at the bottom, you got Massive Stealth. And his opponent up top, Lucas. Alright. Nothing crazy out of either players here. Lucas running pretty bread and butter composition here with that Uncle Butter. You know, Boar, again, I mean, Boar's a little bit on the weaker side compared to the other tier 3s, but he's still strong and still better than the other tier 3s in certain situations. And meanwhile, Massive Stealth's going for that cavalcade of tier 2 style with the balloons. I think balloons a pretty smart choice to try to poke back that snake and that skunk from really microing up on you. So we'll have to see how this game plays out. It doesn't look like... Okay, betting is over. So let's see. Ooh, it's 50-50 between Lucas and Massive Stealth, with quite a few entries on the bet, so let's see who ends up taking it. Massive Stealth opening up with a little bit of cheese-a-roni here, going for a 5-farm triple with some lizards. And Lucas is gonna scout it pretty quick. Oh no, he doesn't scout it. Okay, but he sees that the farms are missing, so that could be a red flag. If he's really trying hard, that something's going on here. And Lucas did happen to go for like a 5 or 6 farm safe Warren anyways. So I think he's okay in this situation. Massive Stealth decides 3 Lizard Warrens is too much, goes down to 2. And I'd expect to see some aggression out of him. Yeah, he's going to wait for that last Lizard to get paid for, queue up this farm, and start moving out here. So let's see what Massive Stealth can get done with this attack. Again, Lucas does know it's coming. I guess he did end up getting the scout off, yeah, eventually. And now he should know that it's lizards. His squirrels are not necessarily in the best spot that you'd want them, but Massive Stealth loses his commander, so his lizards are going to be unmicroed here, but they still end up getting a pig, and what, maybe 1, maybe 2 squirrels? So not a bad trade for Massive Stealth, as long as Lucas doesn't immediately counterattack. Now, Lucas is on the move here, so this can be a little bit deadly for Massive Stealth. You know, lizards are not good at defending. This Warren placement here for Massive Stealth is not going to help with a frontal assault. So if Lucas plays this right, he could return the favor and get some damage done to Massive Stealth here. Massive Stealth with the better target fire, but Lucas has the numbers. He's going to move in. Try to start target firing down these pigs. Farm number 1 goes down. But he might be overstaying his welcome as a rally here, and the pig fire is certainly starting to help. If you are watching Lucas, man, focus firing is very, very important. If you were target firing a bit better in this engagement, you could have done even better there. But he gets a nice bit of damage done against Massive Stealth, knocks out 2 pigs, trades pretty pound for pound with tier 1 units and backs out and throws down a skunk Warren. But I like the lizards against the skunks. You know, I honestly do think that's like just pure lizard will beat squirrel skunk if the numbers are right. So bread and butter composition, Uncle Butter in the deck. That was a joke, Kerp. I get it. No, but what I just meant, like, as far as distribution, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. I realized that right after I said it too. I didn't say it intentionally. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not that clever. I saw everything else and I was like, yeah, this looks good. And then, oh, Uncle Butter. Well, you know, could work. If you replace that boar with like an owl, then that is a strong deck at the moment. All right, Lucas moving in and just gonna wreck on Massive Stealth's lizards there, but Massive Stealth getting some toads with some good toad connections. He might be able to come back into this. Right now, I think my money's on my WOOFCOINs are on Lucas though. As he's moving in, this toad from the side though is gonna get some fantastic detonations here. The skunk target fire down by Massive Stealth, and Lucas is gonna keep the pressure going. But now Massive Stealth starting to get more and more lizards here. Target fires down that other skunk. And that's really taking the wind out of the sails of Lucas's aggression here. He's beginning to overextend, and now Massive Stealth is gonna keep the momentum going and just kill as many retreating units as possible. Nicely done. He's got the campfire. He's got the second base established. Massive Stealth is in a fantastic spot now. So if you bet, whose coins do you get? Do you just get some of the loser's coin, or does the house pay out? I believe that it's just the coins that are in the pool, right? So you get the loser's coins. Pretty sure that's how it works. Yeah, yeah. And then, I don't know the generation rate, but WOOFCOINs just kind of appear as you watch the stream. So if like one person bet 100 coins and one person bet 100 coins and that was it, then the winner would get 200 coins, you know what I'm saying? I think that's how it works. I don't know if it's weighted or anything, where if there's like a bunch of people betting, you know, do you get a larger amount of the pool if you bet more, stuff like that. I don't know. 100%. I just got it working and was like, yay, it works. So we're progressing into a little bit of a mid game. Massive Stealth should be ahead on the economy, but Lucas is catching up. You know, he's got his second base halfway saturated, or at least about to be. Do you only get them watching live or do VODs count? I believe you only get them for watching live, and I was thinking about that earlier. I think I can give mods like a way to distribute coins and stuff like that. I don't know if I'm going to go that deep with it though, to be honest. I mean, the betting feature is just kind of for people who watch live anyways, right? So if you're one of the guys who doesn't get to catch the show live, maybe because the time doesn't work for you, time zone or real life or something like that, and you check out the VODs, which, you know, I do appreciate everybody who does, man. I actually normally get pretty high viewership on my VODs, so there are definitely people who watch the feast who can't tune in live. I'd like some way to reward them with WOOFCOINs, but I'm not so sure exactly at this point. I'm just happy I got the betting working. But I'll try to make it bigger and more badass as time progresses. Alright, man, Massive Stealth is locked in nice and tight here. This balloon really dissuading Lucas from pushing out too far on the map. More established compositions coming out here for both players. Massive Stealth actually not running any skunks. Really hoping that his lizards and toads can deal with those squirrels and trying to get up a nice flock of falcons on the back of it. Ooh, I could do reruns. Yeah, I think if I did reruns, then WOOFCOINs could possibly add up. I don't know. I've heard mixed things about reruns, if people like them or not. I mean, I guess why would you have like hard feelings against reruns? Like, just don't watch it, right? That could be a possibility though. Maybe rerunning the show at a time that's better for Europeans, and then they can tune into the rerun and acquire WOOFCOINs that way. But then I get those tryhard American viewers that are just gonna double dip, right, and get as many WOOFCOINs as they can. Oh, nice little lizard play here for Massive Stealth. Gonna try to just snipe this base. Is gonna do so immediately, but now his army is not in the best position to take this engagement. Does he have enough leftover lizards? A lot of them got bruised, but it's gonna be enough here as Massive Stealth is gonna melt through the army of Lucas, and he's done crippling damage to the economy. These falcons are probably not long for this world, but at this point, Massive Stealth really isn't worried about efficiency. He can overextend this falcon, living at 1 HP. Very nice. From the Americans. Oh no, I'm American. I'm from Florida. I'm in Florida, you guys. Nice win there for Massive Stealth. I'm still waiting on when I pick. Like, I don't know what's gonna happen if I accidentally pick the wrong winner in the software, in the program. Okay, I picked Massive Stealth as a winning option. Boom, there you go. Okay. Let me get the bet up for next match here. Okay. The bet for match number 4, Pingu vs. Froggo, is open now. Place your bets. Let's hop into it. Match number 4. Okay, spawning on the right, we've got Pingu. And opposing to the top left, 1-2 Oatmeal, aka Froggo. Alright, owls for both players here. Froggo with no squirrels, no lizards. So he's gonna try to get a lot done here with the snakes. I was gonna say he's kind of fortunate that Pingu is not running lizards, because we have seen lizards do very well against snakes, but you know, Froggo does have toads as well, so that can kind of help out against, you know, against lizards. Obviously, Froggo here is just kind of trolling a little bit with this deck composition. You know, if you're... I feel pretty confident saying if you don't have squirrels in your deck, you're kind of messing around. There's a few exceptions to that. You know, you definitely have to have lizards, though. I don't think we've ever seen, like, a top-level competitive deck without squirrel or lizard. Maybe somewhere in some weird patch. So I wonder if Froggo is going to try to... look at this. I think he's trying to mess with Pingu a little bit by rallying and making Pingu think he's got something on the way. But Pingu's not really going to take the bait. Opens 8 farms anyways. Throws down that tier 1 warren. No big deal. And Froggo is going to go ahead and start off with the snakes here. Yeah, so to bet, you type exclamation mark, bet, space, the person you want to bet for, like Froggo, and then space, and then 500 or whatever you want to throw down. But the betting is very quick, man. That's the only way I can really make it work that I think makes sense. So you only get 1 minute to bet. Otherwise, people would just wait to bet, you know, as the game progresses and see where the winds are blowing, right? Alright, so tier 2 coming out for both players here. I'm surprised Froggo didn't get more aggressive with this snake, as he did have it very early on. But Pingu's going to have the ferrets, which, you know, again, they're kind of nice against pokey units. You can kind of return poke, kind of keep a zone out, but especially without pigeons, that's definitely a hard road to travel, as, you know, a couple stacks of poison on those ferrets, all of a sudden you've lost a tier 2. The toad detonations go off, and it looks like it favors Pingu here a little bit, as they kind of traded, and, you know, Frog traded like 3 toads for, I mean, 6 for 3, you know. Very nice pickup there for Pingu. Takes out the tier 2 there from Froggo. That's a very big deal. So I would kind of favor Pingu in this position, but Froggo's not down and out yet. It's kind of rough for him that his opponent has toads, though, because if Pingu's really on top of his micro, you know, Froggo really can't build a whole lot of toads. Froggo's toads do kind of well in that engagement, however, and nice micro with the snake. Tags a lot of tier 1. Great toad hit there for Pingu, knocking out that snake, but loses a ferret in the process. But the story might be the second base here. You know, Froggo's snuck out of second base. He's starting to sneak farms onto it, and Pingu has no expansion in sight at the moment. Looks like now he's going to take this one. Very nice. And then from here, it's going to be difficult, really, for either player to get a third base. Pingu does have this campfire he can take advantage of, but that kind of matters less and less as we get to this 2-base situation, right? All right, Pingu moving forward. He wants to trade these toads very nicely there. Trades 3 for 6. That's exactly what he wanted. And he's going to take a nice engagement off the back of those toad connections. Froggo with some very good micro on the snake, tags as many tier 1 as he could. Pingu's just going to back out from here, and I'd love to see him just kind of keep the pressure on that gristmill with his ferrets, but he needs to take a second to breathe, come home, you know, throw down a farm or two. Froggo has had this extra farm up for quite some time at the moment, so... Yeah, I feel like Pingu should have been a little bit more aggressive, right? Like, after he knocked out those snakes. I think it's fine. But, you know, he really had an opportunity where he could have been super, super annoying with those ferrets. Throws down that owl, so if Frog can't identify this owl and throw down a zone or figure out a way to end this game, you know, getting blindsided by your opponent just having an owl when you're not expecting it can be huge. He needs to be careful, though. Froggo is actually starting to get in a nice position for some great toad hits. Gets some fantastic connections there. Kills 6 squirrels And I think a toad or two as well. That's what he was looking for, but he really ideally wanted to get a little bit of the tier 2 as well with those toads. But Frog's economy is starting to pull forward. And now I believe he got the scout off on that tier 3. Yep, so he knows the tier 3 is coming. So you gotta keep that in mind. But Pingu doesn't have the economy to afford the owl at the moment. So it's gonna be blocked for a little while as he saves up 180 food. He wants to delay this engagement so his money just doesn't go straight into having to remake tier 1. But Froggo's gonna force the fight here. And back out after getting some damage done. I'd love to see him, yeah, just sell a couple things off and get that owl going. Oh, just gonna decide to sell the owl. I don't mind that either, but I kind of do actually in this position, because the owl was his really big investment time-wise, because, you know, Froggo spent that same time getting a strong economy. So I was like, well, you know, Froggo is going to be in a really good spot this game because his economy is better. However, you know, Pingu could really get something done with the owl. But now that he's you know, gotten rid of his owl here, now he's just behind on economy, and he's going to be behind on tier 3 as Froggo has placed his own owl down. And I don't think Pingu got the scout off on that, did he? He's looking for it. He's trying to get in there and continue scouting throughout this mid-game, but Froggo doing his best to deny that. Yeah, I agree with Mishi in the chat, man. At first, again, I was like, yeah, but no. Like, the owl was really important to his build. And it's a hard decision to make, man. You know, I think Pingu just wanted to be safe against more aggression. I think that's what he was worried about. He was like, well, if I sell off my tier 1 to afford this owl, then maybe Froggo can come in and, you know, hit me during this timing window. But now this waiting game situation is favoring Froggo. Now the economy for Pingu has caught up at this point, but Froggo still, you know, enjoyed a little bit of time where he was ahead on economy. But the bigger story there, as the economies are kind of stabilizing, is the owl here for Froggo. And Pingu without any skunks can be difficult. That owl will definitely get some value here. And now it's going to add that kind of meat and potatoes grunt front line unit that's been missing from Froggo's composition since he doesn't have squirrels or lizards. Now he's got these mice here to start buffering for his units. And these toads for Pingu gotta go at this point, man. You always gotta get rid of your toads if you see your opponent with owl. I mean, I guess you could argue your toads could get some good connections on the mice and lead to a clutch victory or something like that. You know, 3 toads I don't necessarily hate against owl. But I would be careful about going higher than that. You know, personally, I always just sell off my toads when I see an owl. Jacko Biabi, man, thanks for the follow. I apologize. I probably butchered that name, but I tried. I tried my best. Okay, so Froggo's just chilling, man. I don't really blame him. He knows he's got the upper hand on economy here. He knows he's got the better army, and it's really up to Pingu to get something done, you know. Okay, since we are running a little bit behind tonight, I am going to fast forward a little bit. Okay, here we go. Froggo's moving in. Now, the mice go in and get something done. Mainly all they did, though, is detonate some toads. So Pingu's going to try to move in here. Is he going to try to target fire down the owl? The owl gets low. But Froggo's got no more front line here. Pingu's pushing through. The tier 2 is dropping for Froggo. If Pingu can pick up this owl kill, he might still be in it, but his hero's getting so low because of that snake poison. The hero goes down, the commander rather. Oh man, is this Gristmill gonna live? Oh my god. Pingu! Oh, that commander dying just cost Pingu the game. I mean, he might still win, I don't know. But if that commander didn't die there, Pingu would have knocked out the Gristmill, he would have knocked out the owl. Blah. Blah. Oh man. This is a stressful replay, you guys. I really thought Pingu was about to break through right there. Alright, Pingu gonna try again, but this time he's not as effective in this engagement. The snake is probably gonna get some work done. It focuses down one falcon. Is it gonna live? Oh, it goes down, but it's probably got enough poison to kill the other falcon. Pingu, is he gonna get it? He gets the gristmill. Froggo's economy is in shambles. Pingu's gonna have to sell off a couple Warrens clutch to afford what he can. He decides to sell off some falcons here. Can Pingu make the comeback happen? Let's see it. Froggo's in the same boat. You know, downsizes a little bit. He knows he's got to get another gristmill up and running. He's really hoping the value from this owl will keep him in this game long enough. But the tides have turned here, and now Pingu is in a massive lead. Can he close out the game, though? You know, Froggo's got some very high value units here. Between the snakes and falcons, and even the owl. Nice target fire. The falcon goes down. But Froggo's gonna hold. Froggo's got nothing left, though. Pingu needs a re-rally. He doesn't want to just kind of keep sending in units one at a time. He's got to back up. He doesn't want to lose this falcon here. It might live if another stack of poison doesn't get on it. It does live. For Pingu to win, he's gotta calm down a little bit, rally up enough. You know, Froggo does not have an income. He did rebuild his gristmill. Snake is gonna go down. Oh, barely. The falcon goes down as well, though, but that's a trade you want to make if you're Pingu, as he does have the better economy. But Frog is playing this phenomenally, staying in this game. And again, man, these toads, yeah, the toads gotta go. So many mice, though. Pingu just doesn't have the numbers. These mice are gonna get such good value in this small, scrappy engagement. The mice killing all the tier 1 from Pingu here. Pingu desperately trying to kill this owl, but it's not gonna work. The snake is here to defend it. Dude, what a crazy match. Yeah, the toads, I do agree, Mishi. Like, toads can be good against owls in situations like this. If you bust down all those mice real quick, it's not cost effective, but it could be that momentum you need in the fight, you know? It's kind of interesting. But then they can also detonate against mice and, you know, for free, essentially, because of mice harassment and stuff. Nice victory there for Froggo. Very close match. Really cool match. It's super cost effective if you can commit. That is true. Like, if you can get in there and trade 3 toads, quote unquote, for free against mice, but then you win the entire trade cost effectively, then there you go. Okay, so Froggo wins the match. That's what's kind of fun about Tooth and Tail, man. You kind of have rules of thumb, you know, like typically toads aren't good against owls, but, you know, nothing's really a hard, you know, like a hard counter, or like this is never gonna work. I mean, lizards can work against toads, you know, with micro and number balance and stuff like that. Okay. Next match, guys. Let me set this up. I don't think we're dropping frames anymore. Yeah, we're looking good. Okay, guys. Okay, guys. You guys ready to bet? The betting is opening now. Did it work? There it is. Lizard against boar is a pretty hard counter, says Amistria. Fair enough, Amistria. Fair enough. Match number 5. Okay, spawning on the left, we got Blackmore Crest. And his opponent up top, Amistria. Amistria rocking that trademark barbed wire, man. I love it. We saw Mishi utilizing that barbed wire very nicely earlier on to kind of complement that tier 2 rush strategy. But I don't know, like a tier 2 rush on Skunk doesn't seem crazy, but I feel like if you're gonna do a tier 2 rush, it's kind of like a tier 3 rush, right? Like if you're gonna tier 3 rush, Fox is kind of the best candidate. And for similar reasons, in tier 2 rushing, Snake is the best candidate, right? But I could see the argument for Skunk, man. Get out there and start harassing with the Skunk and getting something done. But nothing crazy yet. Blackmore Crest throwing down a, looks like a 6 farm more in here. Just probably safe opener. Nothing wrong with that. I think it's really one thing you can do when you're in a situation like this, because quote unquote, you know, going 8 farm opening, you are going to be slightly ahead of anybody who goes for like a 5 or 6 or a 7 farm more in, just because of how like safe versus aggro and economic openings work. But since in Tooth and Tail you can refund stuff for full, right? You could start with a 5 or 6 farm more in if you want to open that safe route, and then when you've identified that your opponent has indeed gone for 8 farms, you can just come home and sell that Warren and get your 8 farm opening back on track. So one tier 1 into a tier 2 here for Amistria. And Blackmore Crest hasn't made his decision yet. Looks like he's going for the more standard opening of 2 tier 1 into that tier 2. Starting off with the Falcon though. We don't normally see that. My money, ooh, Amistria taking a sneaky gristmill over here to the side is very nice, especially because on a map like this, if you're Blackmore Crest, you're gonna expect Amistria to take this base. Like, why wouldn't you? But she decides to take both, so maybe she's taking the second base here, so like it kind of checks out to Blackmore that she has an expansion, but she's really gonna put the farms over here or something. Who knows? Hey, see you later, Miss Clicker. Always a pleasure, my man. Enjoy happy hour. But yeah, I mean, my money on like equal squirrels, Falcon versus Skunk. I think the Skunk should win that engagement simply because the Skunk is going to knock out the tier 1 of their opponent more quickly, right? And then leave those Falcons exposed to get picked off by the squirrels for the Skunk player. Kind of scratching my head at this gristmill here. Amistria hasn't utilized it yet. But here she goes. Just gonna start throwing down a couple farms here or there on both gristmills. Not exactly cost effective, but Amistria is aware of this, and it basically invested that 60 food to have a little bit of mind games against her opponent. Again, I imagine most of the farms are gonna go up on that other base, but I really like throwing down the 1 farm here, so it's not totally weird, you know, for Blackmore Crest to scout that and see, you know, okay, just 1 farm. That means Amistria is going for a lot of army, where she's perhaps macroing up on that second gristmill. All right, the barbed wire's coming out here for Amistria. Trying to draw the battle lines. Now, if this game goes super, super long, the map is going to favor Blackmore Crest, and so is the composition. As Wolf can be pretty good, but my money would be on Owls in the hyper late game. Blackmore Crest really getting that economy going, but Amistria is matching him. She saved up some money at this point. Is she going to invest that in more farms, or perhaps a tier 3? Going to wait for Blackmore Crest to leave first. And is just going to go crazy on farms, I bet. Is she burrowing down here? Nice. Oh, just a couple. And then now going to throw down the wolf, right? More Falcons. Okay. That works too. Blackmore Crest commander barely gets out of there. Both players are just building up at this moment. I am going to fast forward just a smidgen because I lost so much time having to fix my internet. And both players are just kind of building up at this point. I do like this little bit of mind game from Amistria, having that third base that Blackmore Crest is none the wiser of, and probably won't scout for a while. Now, I'd imagine he's eventually going to scout that base, as it's really the viable third base position for Amishtria in this game. Amishtria does see the owl go down for Blackmore Crest, but she'd already thrown down her wolf beforehand, sells the wolf off, and instead is going to try to come in here and bust down her opponent while that owl is still in production. But she's got to get moving right here, right now. Lots of falcons on the way. I like this style. You know, a couple skunks to help deal with the mice, and then a lot of falcons in the air to pin down on those owls. Alright, Amishtria moving in. It looks like Blackmore Crest is winning the engagement, but Amishtria pulls through. It's kind of hard to tell on that high ground there with all the smoke. He had a lot of skunks, squirrels rather. That's why I was saying it looked like he might be winning. And the army's kind of trade, but this flock of falcons here is starting to pay off for Amishtria, as they're starting to rally over in large enough numbers to just have, you know, very, very strong burst damage. Now the momentum is in Amishtria's court. She's pushing in. You know, you get this many falcons together, you know, it can be very, very difficult to deal with just something like squirrels. And Blackmore Crest really doesn't have a whole lot of anti-air. He's got his own falcons, but they're just going to trickle out, and he's only got one squirrel warren left. With that owl going down, not much hope remains here for Blackmore Crest. He taps out, and Amishtria takes the game. Okay. So Amishtria is the winner. 9 entrants, and everybody picked Amishtria. Alright, so I guess that means you don't get any coins. Somebody's got to bet against that. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I think you'll only get coins if people bet against, right? I gave away 5,000 wolf coins earlier. I had 14,000. Okay, next match. Is it Bat you spelled with 2 T's? I think it is. I could be wrong. I might have messed that up. Okay, betting is open for Batya versus Froggo. That's, okay. Okay. The betting is underway. Let us hop into game number 6. Spawning in the right, we've got Papa Batya. And his opponent to the left, Froggo. With his Smurfy names. Froggo rocking that boar, man. But only lizard. Meanwhile, Batya's got Squirrel Toad. He's got a lot of tier 1 here, man. Squirrel, Lizard, Toad, Squirrel. I don't hate it, to be honest. I think playing with a large variety of tier 1 is a lot of fun. Because they all have such interesting strengths and weaknesses, you know? It's definitely risky, as you are giving up a lot in your deck to be able to do something like this. Batya, even with a very sneaky fast campfire now, That is almost too risky. Well, then again, Froggo has scouted it already. I was gonna say, like, if Froggo hasn't scouted that yet, like on his first scout about, he's gonna see that it was taken. So Froggo might not actually notice this campfire taken right underneath his nose, right underneath his lily pad here. Okay. Oh my God, Froggo. Okay, now he sees it. Yeah, that's madness here. I mean, Froggo's got some lizards. Ooh, Batya trying to reinforce his position, but the lizards are already on the way here for Froggo. This Warren is gonna get taken down by a single lizard, but no, Froggo backs out. I think he had time to take that out. I think he just wants to macro a little bit, throw down another Warren. Batya with no turrets. A turret really would have helped out for this kind of proxy play. And Frog's gonna shut this down and put himself in a very nice position in this early game. I don't know what I should do with my WOOFCOINs. I might find a way to give them away or something. That would be cool to like give WOOFCOINs to people that submit, but I don't want to overcommit to anything, you know. I want to make sure that I can handle whatever I do. Okay, so Froggo trying to get a very fast boar on the back of a nice early game victory. You know, knocking out that Warren, the squirrel. He did most of the damage to Warren. Didn't quite kill it, but he did kill a couple squirrels there and that campfire. So he's in a good spot, but Batya gonna try to find a moment where Froggo is at a disadvantage as he's invested so much into the tier 3. Froggo gonna try to get some turrets down. These toads are gonna go off right on the turrets and leave Batya's squirrels exposed to the lizards here. We all know how that goes, ladies and gentlemen. Froggo sells off that turret after it is no longer needed. Very nicely done there. I think that could have gone better for Batya, man. I could see the why he tried to maybe burst down those turrets with the toads. I think maybe he was hoping to get some splash damage on the other one, but it definitely would have been better to get those off on the lizard, or even just try to sneak around on this high ground up here and go for that tier 3, right? This is where Froggo wants you to attack, man. Ooh, losing that gristmill there might bode very poorly here for Batya. I keep wanting to say Bratmo. I probably have said Bratmo a few times. I apologize. But Batya's finding an angle, and he's starting to get some damage done. He's gonna break in here. He's gonna bust down that turret. The boar, though, is almost here. 5-10 more seconds, and the boar is gonna do very nicely against all this tier 3. Frog forced to retreat back to his main, throwing down whatever warrants he can to stay alive. But with the boar here, it's gonna force Batya back. Frog looks like he wants to go, though. He's gonna chase in on Batya with this boar. Let's see if he can get some damage done. I'd be sick if he could like stand on that high ground and just wreck everything. But Batya is gonna try to circle around on Froggo. Gonna just move in with the lizards and keep everything back. Only gonna get one pig here and loses a handful of lizards. This gives Froggo an even nicer opportunity to get in here with this tier 3 and get some damage done. Froggo is on the better economy, technically, although I guess he did just lose that one farm. And actually, he lost that campfire too, so he had a better economy, but now Batya's is just slightly better. Getting some damage done on these warrens, though, is Froggo. One of them goes down, and Froggo is going to try to shift over to take this engagement to prevent the runaround attack from happening again. Batya is going to move in and try to just deal with this boar. Oh my god, and Froggo prevails against all that tier 1. So much damage coming out of the boar here. Froggo needs to be careful, though. That boar getting low, but he does have the pigeons, so he just kind of got to back up, hang out for a minute or two, and let these medics in the sky heal this boar back up. All right, Batya moving in. He's got snakes now. Oh, and the snake gets Stack of poison on the board immediately, but is it going to be enough? The snake is actually going to go down almost 2 HP. Nice engagement there for Frog. And Frog's pulling ahead on economy as well. I'm starting to favor Frog's position in this match. Batya's really going to need a miracle here to make it happen in this game. He can't keep bleeding off units. He needs to get both these snakes out. He needs to get some good poison connections. But Frog really doesn't have a whole lot left besides the boar. The snake is confidently moving in. It's starting to get those poison stacks that he needs. 4 stacks of poison on the boar. The boar trying to get out of combat. It's trying to start healing. 2 HP on the boar. Froggo babysit that thing a little bit. No, he runs back in with it. He probably thought it was going to die to the poison. And the boar goes down. If Froggo would have backed up right there, we would have had a chance to win, right? But I agree with the decision from Froggo, though, because it looked like that boar was going to die, you know, and if that's the case, you want to try to get it positioned forward, get that value off the boar explosion. Okay. All right. Let me take a look at the betting here. Oh, why am I? Oh, I know what happened. Ooh, lots of money on this one. Winner goes to Froggo. No, winner goes to Batya. See, I almost messed it up. Batya won that game. I almost messed it up. Knight won. See, I wonder what happens. So I go back to contests, and then I could go to the. I could copy it. Yeah, I think if I mess up, then I just mess up, and I award the points incorrectly. Yeah, 2v2 is going to be a little more difficult. I'm actually going to launch into the game and then pause it. Premium farting. Good lord. Okay. So, I think I'm going to do... Okay, give me 1 second, you guys. So it's gonna be P-Boop team versus Firmar team. And betting is open now. Okay, I'm gonna let the bet run for a second while I grab a drink. Be right back. Yeah, it's just bet P-Boop or bet Firmar. I apologize. I probably made that a bit unclear. There's a little text that comes up that'll tell you the syntax for betting. Kerpa. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, bear with me, guys. I'm not sure. I'll take your input on what to do with 2v2s. I was thinking, like, doing GY versus RB, you know? Something like that, like color abbreviations. Okay. The spawning in the bottom, we've got Premium Bow and James Bowring. And their opponents up top, Firmar and Dr. Blue. Man, lots of boars tonight, dude. And disproportionate amount of boars. It said P-Boop team, which didn't work. Oh, no. Yeah, okay, I made that unclear. That was probably my fault, because I put in the title P-Boop team versus Firmar team, but then I put as the command /bet or exclamation mark bet P-Boop exclamation mark bet Firmar without the team part, if that makes sense. So Probably my fault. Bear with me, guys. I am open to input on how I could quickly, you know, do 2v2 bets and stuff. 5 farm double here for James. 6 farm safe opening here for Dr. Blue. Let's see if these guys want to take it. Premium Bo hasn't done anything with his money. He's waiting for Firmar to leave. He's almost banked up 300 food. Maybe he did some mulch shenanigans and I missed it talking about the betting system. Kirpa says maybe set up all the bets like 1 to 2, player 1 versus player 2. Yeah, I can, but it can be difficult because the title of the replay might be different than player 1 and player 2's position in the game, like from left to right. A little bit of lizard harassment coming in over here from Firmar. A couple of binds, knocking out a few lizards, but not getting crazy connections or anything. And it really doesn't take me very long to type out the names very quickly. It's just on 2v2s. And like free-for-alls and stuff, it might be difficult. I was thinking with team games, just going with R, Y, G, and blue. Or R, Y, G, and blue, lol. R, Y, G, and B. Or just red, yellow, green, blue. I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet. I literally just got it working. Team color. Yeah, I was thinking about team color. We should be able to see their lineups before betting. Yeah, so how I want to get it going is like I open the bet. The bet's open for a minute, right? And then right after I open the bet, I just launch the replay. So you can bet at the replay screen, or you can wait and see what people have selected after we've launched into the game if you prefer. But the betting's is very, very quick because I don't want the replay to progress and people making more informed decisions. So green and yellow getting out on the map here. Premium Bow, man. Going mine boar here. I love it. Where's that boar? Oh, it's just kind of hidden by the woods. Blue and red are not aware of it just yet. And green taking a nice economy, getting his own boar as well. So we might see some double trouble here. The double bacon. Extra bacon never hurt anybody. Firmar moving out with some snakes here. Fox is almost done from Firmar. Hey, Marks the Linus Hopper is in the chat. What's up, man? Good to see you. Okay. Blue and red starting to move out. The Fox is here, but I'm worried for this Fox with so many mines on the board. Didn't quite cross into P-Boop's territory, however. And just going to start taking some pop shots. But the boar is here. From Premium Bow, trying to defend his ally. What an awesome choke for green and yellow there. Those tier 1 units just funneling in slowly. And absolutely getting wrecked by that boar AoE. Firmar gonna continue poking in with this Fox, however, getting some nice value. But dude, I am so worried for this Fox. Like, I want to see it happen, man. Who doesn't want to see a Fox get blown up by mines, dude? That's just good quality stuff. Dr. Blue with a little bit of a runaround attack, and Firmar does deny the expansion from James here with the snakes. You need to be careful with these boars trying to move in. But units like snakes and foxes do very well against boars. The lizards move in from Dr. Blue, but it doesn't look like he had quite enough. 9 lizards is not really... If he had 12 lizards there, I think he would have got it, but not quite enough with 9. Ooh, this boar is getting very far forward into the tier 2 of his opponent. Knocks out both those snakes, though, and stays alive. Pigeon's certainly coming in handy here from Premium Bow. Starting to get aggressive with their boars now as the green and yellow teams moving in here. Nice fox control from Firmar, but it's not enough. These boars just have so much HP. The poison is certainly helping, but the pigeons do a nice job buffering against that poison. Oh, that boar gets very low. Yeah, nice control on this Fox thus far, but, you know, P-Boop's got a second base up and running. Red's trying to get one going. He's got one farm on it, but economies are starting to get scrappy. And in these kinds of situations, this kill or two that the Fox is getting, you know, pretty often is going to mean more and more, but great control of these boars, man. These boars have taken out a surprising number of tier 2 this game, but the lizards get up and get that board low, but the Fox is not quite in the right spot to finish it off. It's gonna get the shot there. No, he could have, but he ran back. One of the boars goes down. Ooh, the Fox goes down to the boar of James. Very nicely done. 3 HP, 1 HP. The boar finally dies. But did green and yellow do enough damage here? Can red and blue muster any forces to push them back? You know, green and yellow nicely have this high ground at this point. This is very secure. The gristmill is up. They've got the territory. They can heal here. James can throw down some turrets. And James on the back of all this is really getting his economy going. Like, that's really cool to see the Fox die to the boars, but it would have been even better to see the Fox die to these mines. Poor P-Boot, man. These mines are just sitting over here, like somebody attacked me, but all the action has happened over on this portion of the map. Oh! P-Boop with a nice lizard catch on the Fox. The Fox barely stays alive, but P-Boop is going to go for it. Got the Fox backed in to a corner. Nice control from Furmar, but it's going to get taken out. Lizards do very nicely against Foxes indeed. And a nice angle that P-Boop got, or I'm sorry, that James got onto that as well. I'm used to Premium Bow being KSR banned. I've probably called James P-Boop several times this game. Dr. Blue decided that was all she wrote and tapped out. I believe he tapped out. I don't think he was actually eliminated. Yellow and green are going to deliver the killing blows essentially here to Furmar. He taps out, and the P-Boop team takes the game. I think Kasha died to Ferret, says Mishi. Perhaps. Perhaps indeed. Alright. P-Boop won that. I apologize. I'll try to be more clear about the team thing. It is kind of stressful on you guys on night 1 because there's such a small window to actually place your bet. But you know, just like bet, Mishi, 400 or something. That's how you do it. So check your WOOFCOINs, guys. See what you got. We're almost ready here to place some more. Place another bet. Who are we betting on this game? Ooh, it's gonna be Mana Shrimp versus Big Pimpatosh. I'm pretty sure the boar's got Kasha said witty pun. Okay. Okay. So one thing I do need to do with this is be consistent. So in the title, the contest title, I need to make sure that matches. I think I learned my lesson about that last time. But there's no spaces. That's the thing too. So what I might do is say Shrimp versus Pimpintosh. See, I don't know. Or should I just make it one word? That'd probably be better. It's tough. I don't want to make it confusing. I'll just put Mana Shrimp. No, I think we'll do Shrimp. Okay, Shrimp versus Pimpintosh. So you're gonna type exclamation mark bet Shrimp or exclamation mark bet Pimpintosh, followed by your number. Okay, let's start it. Boom. Bet is open. I'm gonna let the bet go for a minute and mute my mic and do discussing human things. Amishra, you spelled it wrong. You said Pimentosh. You go dance and it's bet shrimp 100. Yep. Okay. Misha figured it out. Very nice. Sweet. This is fun. You guys like the betting? It really, I mean, it was like 20 minutes of work on my end to set this up. Again, I should have had this going beforehand. Alright, guys. Mana Shrimp versus Big Pimpin' Tosh. Place your bets. It's going to close here shortly. So if you haven't bet, make your mind up. Let's hop into it. Match number 8. Alright, spawning on the right, we've got Mana Shrimp. And his opponent to left, Big Pimpin' Tosh. Okay. So both players, some memeronis here. Lots of tier 3 coming out of Tosh. Lots of defense coming out of Mana Shrimp. But he does have the moles, and he didn't queue a 5th farm, and he's saving up some money. So I think he's going to try to mole rush here. He finds his opponent. He's got 120 food. He could even go up to 180 if he'd like. Oh, he can't let his commander die if he wants the mole rush, though. Oh. Commander goes down. This Mana Shrimp is just going to have to throw down some farms at this point. It's going to put Tosh in a nice economic lead. Kind of surprised Shrimp lost his commander there, to be honest, because he kind of zigzagged back and forth and took a lot of fire there. But it happens. You really should have shown the loadouts first, though. I mean, I can understand the argument. I want to. There, you will be able to see the loadout if I just move a little bit faster. If I like start the bet and then I just hop right into the game, you'll have time to look at people's decks and then place your bet. If you're into that sort of thing. So nothing crazy yet. The map looks okay for either player. I think in the long run it is going to favor Mana Shrimp because it's going to be easier for him to get a third. But you know, Tosh has better access to a couple campfires. He's got a nice second base. So you really can't complain too much if you're Tosh here. And hell, I mean, Tosh can take this base later on, but he's going to need a lot of map control to do so. And Mana Shrimp is moving out with a lot of tier 1 at the moment. At least thinking about it. He hasn't necessarily committed to moving across the board just yet. Gonna snag that Gristmill. So kind of going for, you know, a pretty nice, like, linear progression build, as I call it. You know, like, build a nice amount of tier 1, get your economy going, you know, get a tier 2, get a tier 3. Of course, he can't get a tier 2 in this position, but really what Mana Shrimp is probably up to is that he wants to start fortifying this area. I wouldn't be surprised to see him throw down a farm or 2 here, but I imagine really what he wants this area for is, yeah, get that defense going, try to get an artillery cannon up, try to get a balloon down. But Tosh has got all the time in the world to get up to this wolf, and it does get scouted, and the wolf badger gets scouted, which Shrimp is not going to be happy about. You know, Shrimp's whole style this match is to try to hunker down, get a nice economy, and eventually just overrun his opponent with owls. But something like a wolf badger is a nice way to deal with this, right? Like, Tosh is like, okay, my opponent's not attacking me anytime soon. You know, he identifies all this defense, the second base. I might be giving Tosh a little bit too much credit there. I think he was going to go for that tier 3 opening anyways, but he can't be upset to see Shrimp is not investing in army, right? Because that's really what could stop Tosh. You know, Tosh is trying to get up to this Super Friends, you know, badass Avengers army here of all the powerful hero units. And really the counter to this would be if Mana Shrimp moved in with, you know, Squirrel, Skunk, Toad, Pigeon or something like that, right? Something that can really get in there and test your opponent, see if they're going for anything too greedy. So Tosh kind of gets away with it scot-free. The wolf is out. The badger's going to be out here shortly. However, Mana Shrimp has the better economy this game. Tosh does have this campfire going, which is nice. He's had that going for a decent amount of time here. I wasn't memeing. I actually think this is a different, decent deck. This is Woody Pun. Yeah, I don't, you know, it's really not super crazy, to be honest. I mean, I see what you're going for. You know, squirrel mole to get through the early game, and then a lot of defense to try to take the map and get the owl. It can definitely work. Tooth and Tail's crazy, man. It's getting harder and harder for me to say, like, this is standard or this is crazy, because we see all kinds of stuff work, you know, and especially when a meta is very, very defined, you kind of leave doors open for crazy stuff, right? Because, you know, high-level players are expecting, you know, A through T, right? But if you throw U through Z at them, they're like, well, nobody does U through Z, so I'm not going to prepare for that. You know what I mean? So many badgers coming out of here for Big Pimp Dosh. And Mana Shrimp is buckled up nice and tight here, with so much money invested in the defense, he really can't move out. And Tosh is answering this correctly. You know, he's basically saying, okay, if you're going to invest so much in defense, I can basically match what you're doing in economy, if not go harder and invest in an army and not worry about being attacked anytime soon. Ooh, Mana Shrimp with the sneak attack. Moving around the side with the squirrels that he does have. Gonna knock this campfire out. And I doubt Tosh is gonna move over to defend this. But Tosh really can't move into this position that Mana Shrimp has set up. That's so much defense, man. So much defense. But this is looking good for Tosh, man. Now, Tosh is eventually gonna have to find a way to solve this jigsaw puzzle. You know, I mean, this is a ridiculous setup here for a Mana Shrimp. But Tosh is definitely in the lead this game, you know. His income is ahead. He's putting together a very strong army. And he's even going full throttle on this third base as well. Shrimp's going to scout it out now. Knowing when he can just start Shrimp out. Yeah, that is true. If Tosh, I guess, can leave this campfire. He hasn't left himself any starvation farms. So Mana Shrimp's attack over here gets a lot of value done. And opens up some of those farms that Tosh might need later on. Really, what, you know, Tosh doesn't need to come in here and break this. He can try to just deny that third base from happening. But he's got a lot of badgers. And he's going to try to poke in and get something done. Maybe a defensive structure or two go down. But it's pretty negligible. I don't know, man. Is Mana Shrimp going to starve Tosh out? Is the question. Might fast forward here, because again, I am running behind tonight, as I did get that delay. Like, Mana Shrimp is just now taking this third base, right? So, it depends. As long as Tosh leaves a couple starvation farms down here, he's okay. But if he just kind of runs down there and macros that up, he might be in trouble. Dude, Mana Shrimp, dude. This game is amazing. Damn, that artillery cannon was in range that far away. That's so crazy. So crazy. Shrimp keeping the pressure up on the sides here, man. I like this. You know, he's so wrapped up. He doesn't really need to... He's not really taking a big risk by moving out on the map. Like, what's the worst that's going to happen? You're going to lose 9 squirrels, you know? And he's not really leaving his base threatened. Because what are these 9 squirrels going to do here? It's really all this defense. But now Tosh, with 4 badgers, 4 boars, and a wolf, finally has amassed enough powerful tier 3 units to just slice through this defense. It looks like he's going to take the game from here. Tier 3 units are pretty good when you have like 10 of them. GG. Pimpatosh takes the match. Hey, what's up, Strawberries? Good to see you, man. Hey, there's WOOFCOINs now. You can like you can bet on games and stuff. Alright. Alright. Pimpatosh wins the match. Okay. So we've got Chip from Space versus Necromanticer coming up next. This time I'll start the betting and the replay at about the same time. Okay, so get your wolf coins ready, you guys. We are about to hop into Chip from Space versus Necromanticer. Let's do it. Everything looks correct. Yep. Boom. Bet is open. Opening the bet. Match number 9. Alright, spawning in the bottom, we've got Necromanticer. And his opponent up top, Chip from Space. Another Boar match here, man. Maybe Boar is coming back into style. We've seen Boar almost every single game tonight. Alright, lots of bets going down. Chip from Space, no squirrels. Okay. We've seen, we saw Froggo doing something similar in a previous match. This is kind of cool, man. Players are experimenting more and more. I think it's kind of built on the back of being able to get out that 8 farm tier 2. And no, Chip from Space is going to go for a 5 farm tier 2. Maybe styling on his opponent a little bit here. Needs to be careful. Necromanticer is not bad. Back in the day when the game first kind of started last year, you know, Necromanticer was placing very well in a lot of the tournaments. He took a break from the game. He came back recently and has been playing very well, so. But he doesn't get the scout off. That to tier 2. Oh, no, did he? Yeah, I guess he did. All right, it didn't look like he did, but yep, he sees the tier 2 is on the way. So I wonder how he's going to respond. He's a little bit worried. Throws down that turret. As maybe he thought Chip had some dirty moles or something like that. You know, if he didn't see it earlier, he definitely saw it there. But Chip has a very renowned chameleon micro, man. He's very good with these sneaky lizard boys. Chameleons are lizards. Okay, here we go. Nicely done by Chip. Was thinking about going for a second one, but sees the lizards here. Gonna back out with the chameleon, get it home. Chip floating some money here, but that's because he's been on the front lines, microing. And Necromanticer is gonna get some return damage done here, even knocking out 2 pigs, but loses all his lizards for it. More chameleons on the way here for Chip. And this could be dangerous for Chip, man. Sexy boys. Sneaky sexy boys. Oh man. Now we need like a chameleon bikini skin or something. That's just silly. It's silly, you guys. Yeah, so I'm worried about Chip because Necromanticer has very nice counter-attack potential in this game. Nice micro on those chameleons, but is eventually forced to try to engage with them when they're low. Loses both chameleons, loses a bunch of pigs here, and this might be too much damage. You know, and since Chip is doing some silly stuff here without any squirrels, without any lizards, he can't really throw down those grunt-style units for the front, right? Like, he is stuck on either chameleon or snake. And chameleons can do very well against lizards, but not when the numbers are unfavorable like this for them. Those turrets helping out a lot in this engagement, though. Definitely what Chip needs, and he keeps those chameleons alive. Fantastic hold there for Chip. I mean, look at that graph. Chip didn't lose anything, and Necromanticer traded his whole army into the slaughter. That was insane. Nice control on those chameleons there for Chip, pulling them back to the shadows, preventing any of them from dying. And that was rough for Necromanticer, to be honest. I mean, he probably just smelt blood in the water from those successful attacks earlier, wanted to try to seal the deal. You know, probably thought twice about it after seeing the turrets, but decided to commit. So I wouldn't say Necromanticer's out of this game. but he is behind. You got to keep in mind how much damage he got done to Chip earlier. Chip still hasn't been able to rebuild these farms, and Necromanticer's also got that second base up and running. So he's pulling quite far ahead in economy. He dealt a lot of economic damage. Gets a chameleon there. So Necromanticer is definitely still in this. Some Squizzard composition coming out now. The chameleons are starting to drop here for Chip. Chip killing a lot of tier 1, but loses 3 chameleons in the process. Forced to back out for now. And Chip is not going to be happy when he scouts the second base. Alright, let's see it. Necromanticer's moving in. He knows he's got the momentum. He's trying to juggle, keeping the aggression up, keeping control of this game, but not overextending. Chip's got a very defendable position here. With this high ground, with this water, with this one entrance to the base. But this base isn't going to last much longer for Chip. The 5-minute mark has come and gone, so these farms are going to start going barren here shortly. Chip just trying to turtle up, but turtling up never quite wins in the long run in Tooth and Tail. As taking the map, as your economy just depletes so quickly, you know, you got to get out there on the map. You got to secure more bases. Necromanticer is just kind of assuming that Chip must have something out on the map. He checks all the gristmills. Doesn't see anything, and now he's got to be feeling good. But Chip with the sneaky chameleon play here. Gonna get a pig. Needs to be careful to keep these alive. Gets 2 pigs. 1 chameleon goes down. The others make it out. Necromanticer gonna try to attack in, but he really can't attack into 5 turrets like that, man. I mean, 5 turrets is a big deal. Definitely keeping Chip in this game, but Chip doesn't really have a path of progression here. He's got to move forward. He's taken this base into 3 o'clock, or 2 o'clock, I should say. Which kind of nice timing, too, because Necromanticer just made his rounds, you know, like a minute ago, looking for additional bases. So Chip might get lucky, and Necromanticer might not scout for another several minutes. Maybe enough time for him to start securing that position, perhaps. But this is a hard map for Chip, regardless. Like, I do need to point that out. You know, he really has poor access to any economic facilities here. Necromanticer scouts this out immediately. He's going to deny it. But lots of chameleons on the way. Coming in here from Chip. Getting some damage done to Warrens. Not critical damage, but any damage that Chip can get definitely matters at this point. Re-stealths them all in time. So knocks out a considerable amount of Warrens for free there. And this base is still up for Chip, but the question is for how much longer? Alright, Chip trying to push out on the map with some turrets. Trying to creep himself forward. Take this campfire, maybe creep himself forward again. Take this gristmill. After seeing these turrets established, though, is Necromanticer gonna pull the trigger? 5 chameleons and 4 turrets, that's definitely a lot. Losing a falcon there, too, definitely hurts. Chip reinforcing, but he might have just been contained a little too hard this game. Like, he just can't get out on the map. And again, it is a pretty poor map here for Chip, not having easy access to his second base. Definitely can be difficult. But I wouldn't chalk this all up to the map being not so favorable for Chip, as, you know, Chip didn't do very good in the early game, right? If Chip would have done better in the early game, he could have had the momentum to come out on the map, maybe secure these positions, maybe push in and contain his opponent. You know, Necromanticer won that early game, and he's been keeping the pressure on Chip ever since. And Chip has been, you know, making some great plays trying to come back into this game. You know, sniping out whatever he can, whenever he can with these chameleons, and doing a very good job controlling them and keeping them alive. But you can only hide behind these turrets for so long. And that time is ending here as this pig is almost mined out. There it goes. 60 seconds left here for Chip. Is he going to try to hold this campfire, or is he going to try to take another gristmill? Ooh, is this turret? I think that turret's in firing range of this campfire, right? Pretty sure. Necro gonna push in here. Again, Necro doesn't necessarily have to trade efficiently at this point. He just needs to stop Chip from taking that campfire, and he basically wins the game. Chip no longer has that 20 seconds needed to throw down a Gristmill. He's got to take this campfire. He does take it for a split second, loses 60 food though, but resets that starvation counter. Ooh, I think that chameleon died. I don't know, maybe it lived. So much blood. Alright, I'm gonna fast forward a little bit, you guys. Oh man, 9:55. It is definitely getting late. Where am I at in my matches? Chip's staying alive by taking this campfire over and over. Now, I don't think you can sell it if it's what you took to get out of starvation. Yeah, I can confidently say you can't sell it, because otherwise you could just loop. So this is 60 food burned for Chip if Necro can deny this campfire again. But even if Chip does get this campfire, I mean, Necromentizer has a second base up and running, he's got a third base up and running, and it's simply a matter of time until Necromentizer just has too much and overruns Chip. Maybe if Chip took some squirrels or lizards, man, he might have been able to win this game. But that should be it, as Necromentizer moving in for the killing blow. Well played. Oh, the underdog won that time. Very nice. Oh, man, 3 more. Okay, we'll get through them. We'll do them, guys. Okay, so it's a 2v2. How am I going to do this? How are we going to bet on this 2v2? So what I'm going to do is hop into the match. Let me make sure it is a 2v2. Yes, okay. So should I say RB versus GY? Does that make sense to everybody? I think we'll do that. So RG versus GY. Wait. I should probably get these right if I'm gonna do that. RB versus GY. Does that make sense, everybody? Is that a good system for 2v2? So the blue and red team or the green and yellow team? And betting is open. Boom. Okay. Yeah, either RB or GY for team red and blue or team green and yellow. So spawning at the bottom as a green and yellow team, we've got Mass Immune and Epicosity? Question mark? And opponents up top, Sledge and Velafia. Okay, so Owl, Badger, Wolf represented here in the tier 3 slots. Very fast expansion. Proxy base, actually, coming out of Epicosity here. 4 farm Gristmill. Let's see it, dude. Do red and blue know? They do not know. What's he gonna go for, man? A balloon, perhaps? Doof. Is he gonna get away with this is the question. He doesn't really have room to build any squirrels over here to defend this balloon. He's gonna have to build the warren here, but then that just kind of shows You know, that could be the jigs up for him. And red and blue actually haven't seen that yet either. So this could work. Masamune, if he brings over his squirrels to help his teammates position, now blue definitely knows what's up, as he's already lost 2 pigs, a third one about to die. I think all of these pigs are in firing range of this balloon, right? Maybe the farthest one, like this guy, might not be, but balloons have pretty damn far range. Oh man, this is so brutal. Yeah, green is here to help yellow out. Yellow's got a lot of money. He needs to spend it on something, but he doesn't have a whole lot of room to build. Red pushing in. Green needs to move his units forward. Help try to defend this. Yellow decides it's not going to happen. Backs up. Okay, so balloon can't hit the guys on the outer edge. But still, man. 5 pig kills with that balloon. It's very brutal. Blue and red looking to try to punish this, though. But red is invested in some falcons here, which is going to slow down any immediate aggression. Blue makes his way in and is going to return the favor against Sledge. All these building farms, yellow wasn't home. Get some great damage there. Nicely done by Sledge. All right, red and blue are gonna finally knock this gristmill out, and eventually this balloon will also fall, especially with these lizards here to take that out. Ooh, doesn't want to lose the falcon to it though. Oh, does lose the falcon, so that balloon, man, it's got so much value. They need to pick up the scraps of that balloon and put it in a historic museum or something. All right, so green has just been kind of building up, man. Lots of squirrels, a lot of falcons. Red is kind of trying to do something similar, but also take an expansion, and he lost out a little bit earlier on. So he's got a little bit less to show for it at this point. Alright, a little bit of fast forward, you guys, because it is getting late. Alright, red and blue looking to move in. Pick off a Warren. That's always a bigger deal than you think it is. Little things like that can really add up, but losing the falcon there is no bueno for red. All the falcons gonna go down. Nice defense there for green and yellow. Well, red and blue are starting to get an economic edge, at least red is. Trying to place down this artillery cannon is Masamune here. Is he gonna be able to defend it? If he can, that's gonna give green and yellow a lot of map control. You know, they're trying to lock this into where red and blue are not going to have access to a third base. You know, if they cut it the way that it looks like it's going to get cut, then green and yellow are just going to have all this stuff right here, you know? Ooh, red's trying to prevent this from happening, but the artillery cannon is almost here. Ooh, the balloon to follow it up. The super best friends of defense, you know. Artillery cannon with the crazy range, balloon with the crazy vision. Lots of mines coming up here for Sledge. Really what they need is economy. Red is getting his economy going, yellow as well. Really green is the one who needs a second base. He's gonna try to take this front base, which it's going to be very risky to build farms on, but I think it still makes sense, you know, at least to throw defense here. So many falcons. These mines getting some nice hits. Red and blue push green and yellow back for the time being, but I wouldn't be surprised to see Masamune creep up with artillery cannons and try to throw one, you know, even closer to his opponent's base. But for now, he's going to go for a lot of farms, which again is risky on this space. I would have liked to see Masamune maybe take this space to put farms on, but still take this gristmill just, you know, to get more defense down, to get his territory expanded. Ooh, red. Okay, it looked like Scout. I was getting hyped. I was like, is red gonna sneak that base? No, just comes home. Gotta double check, keep tabs on his opponent. Yeah, here comes that closer artillery cannon. Ooh, green and yellow kind of engaging on red. 1v2 there. Ooh, that cannon goes down. Nicely done by Sledge. But it was almost like green and yellow took two 2v1s right there. You know, the red and blue were a little bit split in those engagements. Oh, and Massiview is going to come in with these Falcons. They're very injured. This might be an overextension. He wants to get this gristmill. He's not going to quite have the DPS to do it. And that's exactly what red and blue needed to get back into this game. That was a lot of money in those Falcons, man. And even bleeding off additional units from a bit of a miss rally there. Very nice for red and blue. A lot of Falcons here for red, but he needs to be careful to not lose them. They're starting to go down, but the expansion goes out for green, and that's what I was talking about, man. That was a very risky base for Massiview to try to take, or at least to invest farms on, you know, because if the front line gets broken even for a split second, you know, you're going to lose all that income. And now red and blue are starting to get some serious momentum in this game. Is it going to be enough to win the match? Yellow is sent to the kitchens. Green follows suit, and red and blue win the game. Boom. Boom, boom. The betting's fun. It's really not as time-consuming on my end as I thought it would be. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna go Weasel versus Liquor here. Is everybody clear? Weasel versus Liquor. And let us double check the stream. Everything is looking good. Alright, we are starting. The bet is about to open. Command text is Weasel or Liquor. And let us begin the bet. Let's hop into it. Okay, spawning on the left, we've got Lord Weasel. And his opponent to the right, Miss Liquor. Okay, let's see how this match unfolds. Liquor rocking the Fox. Weasel with the boar again, man. Have we seen a boar every single game? At least in the decks? I don't think there was one last game, but I haven't really been paying attention. It's been a high percentage, man. It's been like 75% of the matches tonight at least, right? So, nothing crazy yet from either player. No moles here, no lizards. So we might just see, you know, that 8 farm opening. Anywhere from 0 to 2 tier 1 into a tier 2. Liquor going for a 6 farm. Warren, a little bit on the safe side. I'd love to see him sell that off after he identifies his opponent's going for 8 farm. Just gonna keep it, which is perfectly fine too. So, minor victory for Lord Weasel in the build orders, but shouldn't be too significant throughout the game. Eight farm, 2 tier 1, so very standard stuff so far. I'd imagine these players throwing down their tier 2 of choice coming up next, but we don't necessarily have to see that. We could see, I mean, both players running Squirrel Toad Pigeon. Which is a very nice composition. I was going to say, like Liquor is doing here. We could see, you know, going into some toads. Looks like he's going to grab that campfire. That's very good for Liquor in this situation. That campfire is very easy to defend, you know, practically a pocket campfire. And love, okay, cool. Love this response from Lord Weasel. Absolutely the right thing to do. If you spot your opponent has a campfire and you can't take one yourself, or at least not very safely, you can always grab a gristmill, go up to 1 or 2 farms, and you know, try to stay in the eco game that way. Even gonna go up to 3 farms, which is fine, but I'm a little worried for Lord Weasel as Mistclicker is building up a lot of toads here, and you know, 12 squirrels, you can target fire down these toads, but it's gonna be difficult. I'd be more comfortable doing it with 15 to 18. Yeah, I'd like to see some toads magodes of his own. I would really like to see him go 3 toad here and try to micro his 3 toads into his opponent's 6. Mistclicker going for those chameleons. No tier 2 yet from Lord Weasel. You know, all that money invested, you know, that extra 180 food in economy here, now even 240. Instead, that money is being spent on Licker's camp on some chameleons. Which, chameleons versus toads, it's kind of weird, right? Like, it's you know, if the toads overkill the chameleons, that's good for the chameleon player. And then, you know, if 3 toads kill a chameleon, it might be good, it might not be good, depending on what gets splashed upon for the player who killed the chameleon. I mean, it's pretty easy to make the argument 3 toads trading to a chameleon that favors the toad player because chameleon takes so long to build. Which is true, but at the same time, you know, 3 toads detonating on squirrels, it might be better. It's weird, man. It's gonna come down a lot to these toad connections here and how they you know, actually detonate. Licker getting the fox down. Now, did Weasel see this? He did not. And Weasel doesn't have any good answer for the fox in his deck, to be honest. You know, good answers to the fox are units like lizards, any defense. You know, wolf is pretty decent, owl's pretty good. Chameleon's not bad. I even would argue snake isn't bad either. So there are options available, but Weasel does not have them. Hey, see you later, Protocam. Always a pleasure. Alright. Ooh, I love little plays like this. Mistclicker coming in and knocking out that campfire with these chameleons. Very nice value there. Nice kind of tip of the hat there to Licker's map awareness. You know, keeping that scouting up. It can be very difficult to continue the scout when it gets this far into the game, but it's very important to really understand exactly what your opponent's going for and to really double check the map whenever you get the opportunity. Make sure they don't have anything sneaky out there. So Weasel's economy is super far ahead, but Licker has got the fox now, so he can start getting something done. But it's going to depend on how Weasel deals with this fox. If this fox gets a ton of value, which it looks like it is, this could be very nice for Mistclicker here. 2 farms already going down. Licker's going to have to pull back, so I think if you're Lord Weasel in this position, you just... Do you YOLO in? Do you just try to... Well, I guess you have the boar almost here, so I'd probably wait on the boar and try to just get in there, right? And force a big engagement, because the boar should do better than the fox in direct engagement, but this fox has already gotten 3 pig kills, a tier 1 kill, another pig goes down, another pig goes down here. This fox is getting a ton of value for Licker. This is kind of the risk you take, you know, when you don't have any defensive structures at all in your deck. Because if you're running the turret, you know, then you could throw down just a few turrets to try to zone back this fox. But, you know, without any anti-fox repellent, man, you're running the risk of getting fox from time to time. Oh, man, this fox is just dealing so much damage to the economy. Weasel decides to commit in. Now, Licker's not going to be home to target fire with his army. So, in theory, Weasel should get a nice engagement here. Doesn't commit, though. Starts running away. Trying to get this fox, who's boxing him in. Weasel cleans up the main army very nicely, but the fox is still here for Licker, getting damage done. taking out units left and right. But can Weasel get in here and do crippling damage? All these Falcons for Weasel, you know, just absolutely get wrecked upon by the Fox. The Fox gets the kill on the boar. That might be all she wrote, man. Liquor got a lot of economic damage done earlier on. You know, Liquor kind of, you know, dealt with the storm, navigated the storm. Ooh, 9 HP. Oh my god, if these toads killed this fox, I would be so happy. Liquor's not gonna let that happen. Now that everything is so scrappy, this is exactly where the fox wants to be. Especially, again, when nothing that Weasel has can really handle this fox. And again, you know, it is a risk. I think it's very safe to kind of always include a turret in your deck. 9 times out of 10, I'll have a turret in my deck. Just because it's a nice answer to a lot of different things, a fox being one of them. Weasel gonna push in one more time. But this fox is just getting so much work done. Not looking good here for Lord Weasel. But he does even out the economies, I guess. Both players are starving, but Weasel's about to starve out completely. Fox too good sometimes. Yeah. Yeah, no, yeah. If you don't have anything to deal with the fox, it can be very brutal. The Liquor also got a lot of damage done with this fox before the big engagement happened. I would argue that Lord Weasel could have won this game, but Liquor taking out like 7 or 8 farms, you know what I mean? Like if Weasel could have somehow forced the big engagement without taking all that fox harassment, or at least before that happened, he might have had a chance. But yeah, definitely just something like a turret really would have helped him out. But nice fox control there from Liquor. Nice try there from Weasel, but he was always unfortunate, man. Like right when Weasel was moving out, Liquor would be at his base with the fox just wrecking on farms. So, all right, guys. Whoa, that was weird. Last match of the night. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. My poor cat's been outside this whole time. Let me let her in real quick. I'm sorry, kitty. Gasman versus Dogman. Sounds like Mega Man bosses or something. Alright guys, Gasman vs. Dogman. Betting is about to open now. And let's hop into it. Okay, spawning on the left, we've got Gasman. And his opponent up top, Dogman. Gasman and Dogman. Alright, Gas and Dog here. Fox coming out for the dog. Gas running that wolf boar. Nothing super crazy. Both players have squirrels, right? Again, another game of boar. You guys, we've seen boar all night tonight. Really cool to see. Alright, better get those bets in. Oh, there it is. Okay. I was about to say. It's gonna be close. Alright. Frog asks who won. If you're talking about the last game, Miss Clicker won. Okay. Okay. So, not a whole lot to say yet this match. I like the map better here for Dogman by a lot. He's got this one entrance high ground, which is nice for rushing a fast fox if he wants to go for that strategy. And then he's got very good second, third base right here available to him. Meanwhile, it's a little bit tougher here for Dogman. He's got quite, for Gasman. He's got quite a distance he's going to have to trek to get to his second base. I don't know. This could be weird, right? Like, yeah, I was gonna try to say something like, what if Gasman takes the rest of the map, you know? But that is so much area to try to defend. Like, if somehow Gasman can really keep Dogman on the defensive. Look at this Dogman taking a secret base here in the 3 o'clock. Out of curiosity, what happens if one of us goes all in and we lose all our WOOFCOIN? Midgar says, Premium Bow bans you from the stream, and you're never allowed to watch it again. No, nothing happens. You'll generate more WOOFCOINs over time. And I don't know. I might do stuff to give away the WOOFCOINs that I have. I gave away like a few thousand of them earlier, just while I was testing, to somebody who was helping me test my bot. But I've still got like 9,000 or something. Obviously, I'm not gonna use them, right? So that'd be fun to give away or something. I don't know. I'm gonna try to get permissions worked out. I'm gonna try to get P-Boop running the WOOFCOIN thing and maybe expand it out. But I think tonight's been fun. It looks like you guys are enjoying the betting. That's really cool. Appreciate you guys engaging in it. All right, Gasman caught this expansion attempt from Dogman over here in the 3 o'clock. He's gonna try to punish it, but he might get boxed in here. Dogman's forces moving over. I was worried about Dogman when his turrets didn't quite get up. Yeah, he pushes that back, keeps that base alive. Boar is almost here for Gasman. And let's see, Dogman's got some money. What's he want to do with it? Looks like he wants to keep macroing up for the time being. Oh, I need to get my top hat skunks back. That's one thing I might try to get done before Thursday's show. I need my top hat skunks, and then I have like the cowboy snake or the little cowboy hat. I'm missing a couple skins here. Alright, Gasman taking this 6 to 7 o'clock expansion base. Really cool from Dogman, like trying to take this base earlier on and leaving these as a 3rd and 4th, you know, and they'll be easy to take. But he is spread out. He throws down the Fox, but the Boar is already showing up here for Gasman. And he's going to start torching his opponent down. Oh, he's going to decide to push into the main. This ferret, this poor little otter ferret got caught in the water. But he looks like he's making it for now. Dogman is going to go for the base trade here. He's also going to cut off reinforcements, which is going to be some nice value. I'm not sure who this is going to go to. Like, after Gasman takes this base, he's going to have to run over and get that other one. And Dogman's got a nice attack going, but he doesn't have a whole lot of units here that can actually hit buildings, right? Alright, Gasman knocked out the main, but he's going to come home and try to defend rather than try to seal the deal with the base trade. Yeah, and unfortunately for Dogman, with the skunks here, with the pigeons here, he just didn't really have the DPS to get enough damage done. And with Gasman's army returning home, Dogman is in rough shape this game. Alright, here comes Gasman. That boar is low. It's only at 18 HP. 6 snakes here for Dogman. A little bit of overkill. That's just a couple snakes. Probably would have been enough, but that boar goes down, but a lot of the snakes die as well. Dogman not left with a whole lot. Gasman gonna keep these ferrets alive, maybe. The snake stack's going down. Ooh, I wasn't sure if that one with ×2 was gonna die. Ooh, the one with ×1 even goes down. Yeah, and I think Gasman's just in a good spot. He even invests in the boar again. Now, if Dogman can get up this fox, he could try to get something done. 2 foxes is a little bit much. I'd prefer to see just 1 fox and a lot of squirrels here. Or even just more snakes if he does. I think even against the boar, you still want to have at least like 9 squirrels, you know? But this isn't the situation we saw last game. Gasman does have some anti-fox stuff in his deck. He's got turrets, he's got the wolf, he's got the snakes, so he's got some options there to deal with the fox. But Dogman decides to shift out of the fox style after it got scouted too. So Gasman might be feeling like he's got the opportunity to move in here and end the game. Dogman knows this is coming, tries to build some turrets here. Tries to muster up whatever army he can. Team Dogman, hashtag Team Gasman, who's gonna win? 4 stacks of poison going down on the boar. Boar's got so much HP though, is that gonna be enough? Ooh, it might be. Damn! Poison is strong. Alright, Dogman moving, Gasman getting deflected out, losing that boar really hurt him. At this point, I'd probably just sell the boar off. And try to get another one. And Dogman's scraping his way back into this game. The second base is alive. He took a lot of damage on the Warrens. But he's trying to transition back to the basics here. Build up some tier 1. Get a little bit of tier 2. Maybe eventually get this fox out. Keeping that economy healthy. Yeah, losing that boar was very rough for Gasman. Losing both boars. Dogman's been playing this very well. I thought for sure he was gonna die after his main base was taken out, and he couldn't really get the counter damage done that he was looking for. All right, Gasman moving out again. He's got a nice angle on this base. It's gonna be hard for Dogman to find the right position to get his army up the hill through the water, past the obstacles of the terrain. He loses his base, but gets a nice pick-off on his opponent's army, knocks out the tier 2, basically immediately target fires down these snakes. They're going to go down as well. 4 tier 2 loss here for Gasman. Dogman might be looking to get aggressive. Gasman invested into another boar. So Dogman might have a little bit of a window here where he's got a stronger army on the field right here, right now, but this boar is going to be out fairly soon, maybe 15 seconds or so. So many snakes here. Even gets up top, and he's going to deny the boar. Oh my god, no, it barely doesn't. If he would have target fired that Warren for just a little bit longer, he would have denied the boar. The boar gets out, though, and does a ton of damage before it goes down immediately. But it was gladly sacrificed here for Gasman, as it did a lot of damage to Dogman's army and propels him back for the time being. And that's what Gasman needed. That was really Dogman's last hurrah there. You know, now Gasman's economy is just so strong. Like, dude, Dogman could have won the game, I feel like. Like, he tagged the Warren, but he didn't, like, focus it for long enough. If he would have focused it for a little, like a second longer, that boar would have not came out. But, let's see. Dogman's not giving up just yet. We're in another base race situation here. But it's going to favor Gasman, as this is the last remaining gristmill for Dogman on the board. So it looks like Gasman is going to come out on top of a very scrappy game to end the night out here. All right, that is it for the show, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. Yeah, that is it. I don't have a whole lot more to say. The gentleman has been organizing a really cool tournament. I'll try to get my act together a little more to properly advertise that on Thursday. But ask around in the Discord, man. Him and Jed Erickson and Gabeney are doing a duelist style thing. where one player goes through and fights multiple other players, tries to go as far as they can in the gauntlet. So, let us go say hi to the man himself, Mr. Andy Schatz, developer of Tooth and Tail, doing some programming. And I will see you guys back here on Thursday. Take care, everybody. Hope you had fun with the gambling. I thought it was pretty cool. And see y'all next time.